Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite effects for making those vintage type of samples. I'm going to be showing you guys 6 different effects that I've been using a lot recently. And as usual, make sure to follow me on Instagram and check out the Patreon if you're interested in some exclusive stuff. And let's get into it. So for an example melody, I have this piano from Contact, and I have this melody right here. So for the first plugin, we have this plugin called Portal, and this pretty much just like adds a bunch of cool effects to your sound. So what it sounds like when you first load it up, it sounds like this. Which is always a bit too much, just like all of the other presets in here, but we can turn the wet knob down to make it sound a bit more normal. And then if you go here, we have a bunch of different presets. My personal favorite is the one called Mangle Smear. It adds like a bunch of cool texture to it. And also the one called Warble Glitch is pretty cool. And then you can also use this reverse button. It pretty much does the same thing, but it reverses it instead. So for the second plugin, we have the H910 Dual Harmonizer by Eventide. And with this, you pretty much pitch down the melody that you made, but it makes it sound a lot more choppy and like it comes from a real tape machine. So usually what I do is I turn it down to 0.95 on both, and then I mess with the stereo width. I can also pitch it down even more, but then it usually sounds a bit too much. Now usually I would use this for guitars, that's where I think it sounds the best, but it sounds good on almost all instruments. But I never put it on the master track, that's pretty important, because then it just sounds way too much. Now this next effect is actually the favorite from the list, which is the Valhalla Vintageverb. But when I use this, you don't just want to use the regular reverb. It has some presets in here from the chaotic, which sounds crazy. It adds like a really nice detune to it and stuff. So for example, this one is pretty good, Strings Hall, sound like this. Which pretty much just adds like a detuned decay on it. That's going down in pitch, which sounds really cool. And then I'll just mess with the decay and the mix to try and find the sweet spot. And then also some different presets. We have this one called a Clean Ballad Snare, which is pretty similar, but it's cool as well. And then we have the Guitar Room, which is pretty nice. So for the next effect, we have this Trim Control 3 by GHz. And I don't know how to explain it, but it adds like a tremolo to the sounds. This is what it sounds like when you load it up. But it has some pretty cool presets in here. For example, the slow auto pan is pretty nice. And the fast stereo wobble, which makes it sound like a Rhodes. And then I usually change the standard to one of these, so it doesn't sound so stereoized. And then for the next plugin, we have this plugin called Octavox by Eventide as well. This one is pretty different, but basically it adds a bunch of different notes that are in the same scale to kind of just spice up the sound. So first we just have to select the key we're in. So we're in the key of A sharp minor. So I'm going to choose that. And then standardly it'll sound like this. As you can hear, some of the notes are out of tune, which is usually these that are 5th or 4th. So we're just going to change it to octave and octave. And then in here you have so much control, so you can just turn off the different voices, and you can also change the feedback and the note it's going to play, and yeah, the volume as well. So I'll just play around until I find something that sounds cool. Then for the last effect we have the Effectrix, which is very well known, but most people use it on their drums and hi-hats and stuff, but you can do some pretty cool stuff on the melodies as well. So I like to use the reverse, and the loop is pretty nice, and the delay. So here you pretty much just draw in where you want the different effects to appear. And then you can go in on the different effects, and you can kind of change the mix, how much you want them to have impact. So yeah, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.